we did say that it's a big day for sport today, for South African sport, for African sport, because Patrice Motsepe is expected to be elected unopposed as the CAF President at the 43rd General Assembly or elective Congress of CAF that will be held in Rabat, Morocco. And I'm joined right now by renowned football journalist Usher Komugisha, live from Kampala, Uganda. Usher, thank you so much for your time. I know Patrice is obviously well known here in South Africa and the COSAFA region, and he's done extensive campaigning out in West Africa. But just how popular is he in East Africa, in the CAF region?
Well, first of all, Benjamin, thank you very much for having me on your program. Giabonga, I hope I pronounced that very well. Patrice Motsepe, courtesy of being Ugandan, of course, is known in East Africa because of Mamelodi Sundowns. They've had incredible success, especially in the last 5 years on the continent. And also, you must remember that Dennis Onyango is Ugandan. In fact, the first time I met Motsepe was in Cameroon at the Chan tournament, where he was heading to the opening ceremony of the tournament in Yaoundé, but I met him in Douala and quickly just mentioned to him that I'm from Uganda. He said, no, just in a bit we're going to play, and Dennis Onyango is my goalkeeper, is our goalkeeper at Sundowns, and so we're very excited. With him in goal, we never lose games, so it was just pleasing to hear him say that. And also really to know that Mamelodi Sundowns is a very big brand. Thanks to the exploits on the continent, yes, Dennis Onyango, yes, but also Pitso Mosimane in the last 5 years has been incredible. And Sundowns have played in East Africa, you must remember, against KCCA FC of Uganda and also against Rayon Sports in Rwanda. So that's a bit of knowing, but also signing some players from East Africa like Onyango, Brian, the other one from Kenya, has given them a good ground. And also, Sundowns have played twice in the last 5 years in Tanzania, at least, and the recent game against CR Belouizdad from Algeria. So you can see that this is a team that is well known in East Africa, and yes, everyone knows the owner, who is Patrice Motsepe.
Dennis Onyango, obviously now a stalwart at Mamelodi Sundowns, a legend, made it to the CAF Team of the Year not too long ago, alongside Mohamed Salah as well as Sadio Mane and them. But I hear you talking about Motsepe, the Mamelodi Sundowns president, but has he done any campaigning in the region to get to know what are the issues that the CAF region would like, resolved or further their interests when he gets to the top post there?
Well, to be very honest with you, Benjamin, CECAFA leaders have been known for many years to sit back and not necessarily fight for their own interests at the continental level. And we are seeing it in this election, by the way, not just having, for example, someone standing for the CAF presidency, because when you look at the other candidates who were standing against Motsepe, you have two West Africans, Augustin Senghor from Senegal, Jacques Anouma from Côte d'Ivoire, which is Ivory Coast, and also you have Ahmed Yahya from Mauritania. Sometimes they are in Wafu in West Africa, but they are also an Arab nation. So you can see that, one, we didn't have a candidate standing there, and then even for the elective positions at the FIFA Council, and even in small ways, people standing for the positions in the CAF Council, they're not really strong, they're not fighting. So on this one, I think that Motsepe will have to intentionally reach out to the CECAFA region and say, what can we do in East Africa? But the good thing is there's some progress happening on the pitch. When you look at Uganda reaching the under-20 AFCON tournament in Mauritania, and also Simba doing very well in the group stages, leading the group there, which also has Al Ahly.
Usher, when you juxtapose Issa Hayatu's reign, his almost 3-decade reign, with Ahmad's reign coming from 2017, what does Motsepe need to do, considering how the other two ended, or how their tenures ended at the top of African football?
Well, to be very honest with you, March 2017, I was in Addis Ababa when Ahmad was, was triumphant and overcame Issa Hayatou. There was a lot of dancing and celebration. Everyone thought this is a new dawn for African football. But just 6 months into his reign, we were extremely disappointed with the way he was handling things. And you must remember that Ahmad was from the COSAFA region. So first of all, Motsepe must right the wrongs and say, look, it's not just about the COSAFA region. I'm literally going to embrace the whole continent and not just work with, for example, the Egyptians and the Moroccans. I'm going to work with the entire continent and have everyone synced in, because that's the message that has been sold by Infantino, the FIFA president. And it should be in a sense that, first of all, we have to address the issue of TV rights. You very well know that Ahmad went on to cancel the deal with Lagardère, the French company that owns the TV rights and marketing rights for CAF, for all the tournaments. But we don't have a solution, especially in sub-Saharan Africa. You have CAF Champions League games, and if Mamelodi Sundowns, for example, does not air the games on Facebook, then you don't have a game to watch, And we're talking about the elite competition on this continent, the CAF Champions League, even the CAF Confederation Cup. So for me, that's one of the things that Patrice Motsepe has to be very, very strict about and address, because sub-Saharan Africa is a very, very large group of countries. And I'm talking about the English-speaking part of sub-Saharan Africa, but also courtesy of being a billionaire. We're not saying that Motsepe should get his money and literally continuously trying to say that you want to buy Arsenal. How about you come and invest this money into African football? Even away from that, can he bring on board some moguls, some business moguls from Asia, to change the face of African football? Because right now, that CAF have about $100 million in their account. And if you compare that with $4 billion for UEFA and $1 billion for the Asian Confederation, we're nowhere.
Usher, I'm going to let you go very soon, but you spoke about Gianni Infantino, the FIFA president. I'm interested to know what his interest in. Why is Infantino so close to this Motsepe campaign, and why has FIFA seemed to stage manage these African elections? Is it something that happens with the likes of UEFA as well?
No, absolutely. If anyone has been following the politics of football world over, you must know that Ceferin, the UEFA president, does not literally see eye to eye with Infantino. In fact, they're bitter rivals. But also, nope, Infantino does not engage in any elections on any other confederation. It's just the African one. But the first answer to your question is that automatically a CAF president becomes the vice president of the FIFA Council. So that means that Infantino is trying to get allies on the inside of the FIFA Council. But also, secondly, you have to remember that Africa has the second largest number of votes at FIFA. We have 54 federations on this continent. And that is something that, you have to remember the first time that Infantino came into power, Africa played a major role in his election as the FIFA president. And he's not about to let that go, but also by bringing Africa together with the Caribbean, which also explains the appointment of Veron, the gentleman from Congo, DR Congo, as the in charge of the Caribbean and Africa. So he's getting all these votes together, and he knows that is a stronghold for him.
But is he his own man? Is he not Infantino's man? If that's how he will be seen, how does he get rid of that tag as soon as possible?
First of all, you have to remember that his predecessor, Ahmad, was looked at as the Moroccan president, because you could see the change in power and how the Moroccans took control of CAF and a bit of the Egyptians. And now you have Motsepe coming in as the person of FIFA. of the FIFA president, Infantino. And it's expected, by the way, that immediately Fatma Samora will be back at CAF. And if you must remember that the fallout between Ahmad and Infantino was when in Laayoune, in Morocco, the disputed area, between Western Sahara and Morocco, when Ahmad decided not to renew the contract of Fatma Samora. So it is being said, according to the rumor mill on the streets, that Fatma Samora will return to CAF and in a few months will no longer be the Secretary General of FIFA, and that someone else will take over at FIFA. It's still a rumor mill, so we wait and see.
All right, Usher Komugisha live to us from Kampala, Uganda.